Hello and welcome to our RackForms Express Quick Start Tour. In this video, which will hopefully be under about 3 minutes or so, we're going to really quickly take you through what RackForms Express for WordPress is and how you can build some sample forms and embed them into your posts. So after we've done the installation process, which I should mention is actually very simple. This is just a plugin that'll automatically download the editor and install it to your WordPress installation. When we're done with that process, the very first thing that we see when we click into the RackForms editor is this example job. And what I always suggest when you're first getting started with RackForms Express is instead of creating new jobs from scratch, which we can certainly do and it's great for power users, I usually actually suggest just going ahead and editing this demo job right here. So for example, you'll notice that I have my mouse kind of mousing over these fields with these little red X's. So that of course means I can delete some fields. So what I would do is something like this. I would delete a couple fields that we don't need. Maybe select a field and change some of the label text. So maybe I'll say like contact form. Maybe get rid of this field right here because we don't need age. Maybe look at the message field and make the field height a little bit taller. In other words, just kind of take some of these fields and massage and push them around using some of the basic settings. Maybe make the name required, that type of stuff. When you're done with that, then, it is important to note that RackForms is a native multi-page editor. And so by default, every job that we have in RackForms is at least 2 pages. The first page is a form page, and that's where we actually collect information from our users. As we're doing right here, we're asking for name, email, and message. And then the second page is the confirmation page. Now, the confirmation page does 2 things. The first is it shows a message to our user that says, you know, you've completed the form. And the second is behind the scenes, RackForms will run one of our processing modules. And in this case, then, we are automatically processing an email item through. And so what I would do is, again, as you're first getting started, I would maybe delete that block of text as I just did, and then leave everything else the same. RackForms Express will automatically find your WordPress login email, and it'll just pre-populate your to field with that, so you shouldn't need to change anything here. And when we're done now editing our form, I would click the Publish and Save Form button. This is essentially how we, as the name suggests, save and publish the form out. And then I would embed this form into a WordPress post. The embed process is 2 steps. The first is we grab the embed code, so I'll click this button, and then I'll copy the text as our instructions tell us to do right here. I will then go into my posts manager here, and oops, I want to try to open this in a new tab here. I'll then select the post I want to put the form into. So in this case, I have a default install, so I'll just put it into this one. I will then paste the iframe code in and hit update. Now when I go to view my post, of course, our form is now embedded in our RackForms, or excuse me, in our WordPress installation. So that's the basic gist of it. We, of course, went a little bit fast, but the basic idea is the RackForms interface is really all about working with the form preview area right here and selecting items and changing properties as we see fit. And of course, one thing we didn't look at, but is hopefully pretty simple to figure out, is when I want to add new fields, I would simply go to Add Elements right here. So for example, if I wanted to add another text field, maybe add an address field in, I would simply select the text field right here, drag it to the position I want, change its address, the label to address, and I'm essentially done. Now when I click Publish and Save Form, and grab the embed code here, and paste it into our post and hit update, we'll of course see now that our form here has got that new address field in there. So it's kind of like that little workflow. Of course, this is just the introduction video. We just want to really quickly show you the basics of how we publish a form and embed it. We're going to have more detailed videos showing some of the more advanced features and functionality, includes styling and advanced form functions. And you can always find those at rackforms.com. And thanks for your time and happy form building.